I think Korea will be back, but I think right now it's pretty hard to argue that EU isn't the strongest region, especially since Vitality played so well and they barely didn't make it out of possibly the toughest group.
Hello everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller. I'm joined here by the one, the only, FionnOnFire, Tyler Ersberger, the esports writer. Do you have any more titles?
I'm a reporter who actually works in a region who made semifinals, so that's pretty big. Like, we actually made semifinals. I'm not dreaming.
Yeah,
We 3-0'd. Even Europe didn't 3-0. You guys, I mean, you have two teams, but we didn't lose a game. So, really, which region is stronger? Like,
We're gonna find out very soon. But before we go to war against another, I felt like we should celebrate the occasion and joyously tell everyone what we respect about each other's region, because there has been so much flame, NA versus EU, and some of it is fun banter. I like it. But in the recent days and weeks, there's been some actual flame and, a bit extreme.
A bit vile.
Yeah.
Some people can get a little bit out of hand.
Yeah.
It's a video game, people. It's a video game. It's for fun.
Exactly.
You can get angry, but don't go over the top.
Yeah.
No personal attacks. Don't be mean.
That's how you get banned, by the way.
Don't get banned.
So, you have two orgs to talk about.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw it over to you first. What do you really like about EU LCS or like any of those specific orgs?
I mean, I'm happy that we stole 2 Euro players who are on our Cloud9 team. I mean, Mr. Spilskaren himself and Jensen, I mean, they're both Danish, so I have to thank the great country of Denmark for, helping import players to NALCS and Bjergsen, so that's been pretty great. But yeah, I mean, thank you for your Danish players. Thank you for most of your mid laners. That I'm really appreciative of all the mid laners, you guys. So say something nice about NA.
I mean, EU mids is definitely a thing. It's always a Dane. I want to establish that because teams that succeed always have a Danish team. I want to say something nice about NA. I want to say something nice specifically about Cloud9. I think they are currently definitely the best org of the year. They have had so much success across multiple esports titles. But in League of Legends specifically, I remember when Jack made the decision, and Reaper as well, to bench Sneaky and Jensen. I was like, yes, I want to see this. This is what franchising is for. That veterans don't get comfy, and that they should feel threatened at times. And Jack made the exactly right decision, and it rewarded him so much. And I'm so happy to see it because I felt like it could have been just a long-term game, but now it's short-term gain as well. It's fantastic. I love it. Love you, Jack. Love you, C9.
I mean, let's look at G2. I mean, G2 Esports, I have to give them a lot of credit. I mean, coming in, they were very, Perks especially was very, he was realistic about his chances. He came in and said, hey, this team might not be as good as our former teams, but they played their style. They never changed their style. They knew they aren't the best at team fighting. They aren't the best 5-on-5. They know where their carries are in mid lane and top lane, and they know how to get their bottom lane through the laning phase where they don't get destroyed. They played against RNG and they beat them. I don't care what RNG picked. I don't care if RNG played cocky. I don't care if Uzi picked Lucian and looked like trash. I don't care about any of that. G2 played their game and they won, and I respect the hell out of them. I respect Ocelot. I respect the organization. I mean, just like Cloud9, G2 is killing it in a lot of esports. They're great in they have a Counter-Strike team. They have a Rocket League team. Yeah, they're a great Rocket League team. I mean, G2 Esports is growing as a huge organization. I love their branding. Samurai is really cool. Just G2. I would not be mad at all of G2 Esports with Perks, with Wonder, with Wadid, with Yarnin, with Yankos. If they made the final, I would love to see. Maybe not EU final. I don't know if we need 2 EU teams, but. Yeah, hats off to G2. Very respectable organization. I'm very happy after so many years of being a meme, just like NA. I mean that G2 has been memed enough, just like an NA team, so I kind of feel like a kinship towards them.
I very much agree. I will also say the following, that I do think that if we were to choose from the 4 teams remaining, any of them gets their world skin line, G2 would have the most sickest. Because, I mean, they're samurais, all the skins would be samurai skins.
You get like a Heimerdinger samurai G2 thing, that'd be pretty sick. But no, I think they would have, out of all the possible lines, I think G2 is probably the coolest.
Yeah, for For sure. So, okay, something positive about NA. I think that a lot of NA teams, due to franchising, of course, and a lot of capital coming into the league, have done a really good job at branding. And I know 100 Thieves in particular have gotten so much shit over the past days and weeks, but I think they've done a really good job at creating a YouTube channel, creating the heist, creating a lot of hype right from the start and delivering competitively, but then just straight up delivering in terms of content. Like we only really have G2, Fnatic, Vitality occasionally doing stuff, and that's pretty much it in terms of content from EU. And like you guys have freaking 100 Thieves, everyone's blaming them, but they have a fantastic series and videographers and all that kind of jazz. Also, huge shout out to Wild Turtle and FlyQuest. That was great.
FlyQuest is like the third biggest media, English NA media at Worlds. So they actually made it to Worlds. Like they went farther at Worlds than every NA team except Cloud9. So congratulations to FlyQuest. You actually made it to Busan and actually made it to the quarterfinals, so congrats to them. But yeah, looking at Fnatic, what can I say? Like, I think coming into the quarterfinals, I think they were by far the strongest team. When KT and RNG fell, I was like, Fnatic have this. After today, I think Cloud9 versus Fnatic is going to be, I think it's going to be a celebration. I hope it's a celebration. I hope that everyone, all the Western fans, NA or EU, who regardless of who wins, I think it should be a celebration. I think both teams are very, very good. I think both teams are playing their style. They're playing their way of playing. Two great coaching staffs, two great orgs. Harkens back to 2013 in LA, where Fnatic of Expeke defeated High and the boys 2-1 in the quarterfinals. Now it's on a bigger stage, a bigger Worlds, a bigger League of Legends, in a bigger stadium in Korea. Hopefully there's more than 10 people, maybe 15. Hopefully.
I'll like fly some over.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, no, Fnatic, I think if they can get past C9, I think they're going to win it all. And if Fnatic do win the World Championship, they're a worthy champion. I will look at them and respect them as a worthy heir to the throne.
I also want to say another thing that I really respect about NA orgs when it comes to infrastructure, because a lot of teams not just only have a content team, but also like a cook and a psychologist and all that kind of stuff. And like they have a huge staff, whereas there were still, well, we're going to see changes to that, of course, with EU franchising as well. But there were a lot of EU teams that still didn't respect that kind of stuff. And I think like in this day and age, you know, we're really at the tipping point of esports becoming really, really huge.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely needed that every team has a content team and has a psychologist and that kind of stuff. It's 100% needed. NA delivered on that. Again, franchising for NA, overall, I think it's a success. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I would say so. I think there needs to be kinks ironed out. I think, we're on the good path though. I think EU, with all their new teams coming in next year, will be EU might already be the best region. And I think Korea will be back, but I think right now it's pretty hard to argue that EU isn't the strongest region, especially since Vitality played so well and they barely didn't make it out of possibly the toughest group. But yeah, Europe is going to just get stronger and stronger. Hopefully NA, seeing from Cloud9, can say, hey, building within, getting guys like Zazel, Licorice out of the academy scene, and I hope that this won't be the final time we have a semifinal where it's Cloud9. I hope we have more and more NA versus EU semifinals. My prediction for the semifinals, I don't really care. I mean, I'm happy either way. I'm EU, NA, we're all from the Western scene. As long as it's not Invictus Gaming. As long as Invictus Gaming doesn't win, we'll be happy.
Yeah, actually, one last thing. I also ties in with the C9 and the thing that you mentioned right at the start, that you always import a place, which was always a reason why I had a little bit of a grudge towards NA, especially when you also imported Power of Evil, one of my favorite players, and our best bot lane in the West, and that guy named Forbidden who also wreaked havoc, at least at the start. Really salty always about that, but that's changing as well. I see Licorice being amazing. Zazel, amazing. Wiggly has great potential.
Anda played really well.
Anda played really well. I wholeheartedly agree. JJ, I think, is a fantastic talent.
And we have so many of these players. We have so many of these NA players that are in academy right now. And I think Cloud9 showing the power of a team that can communicate well, who get along together, is more than a big name. I would trade a team that works as one more than the biggest pawn. Like, so instead of going out and getting Faker, for example, I'd much rather invest in a guy who knows English, who's fluent, and gets along with the team. Cloud9 has shown, and Fnatic has shown, and G2 have shown that sometimes you don't need to have the brightest roster to win. All you need is a good game plan, a good coach, a good infrastructure behind you, and as Yamato Cannon would say, you just need to believe in yourself and go kick ass. And I think in Gwangju and Incheon, the West is going to kick some ass.
I would very much hope so. That said, one final word. If you guys do import caps, I will come over and I don't know, poop in front of your house or some shit. Don't even think about it. You guys have now shown that you guys have local talent, that there is regional talent in NA. Please use it. It's there. Just please don't import caps or perks. Please don't. Caps has a long contract. Perks has a long contract. Caps is running out soon, so if that's happening, I'm tilted. Any final words on Worlds?
No, I'm just very, very happy and excited for what we have about Gwangju's gonna be awesome. Fnatic C9 Sunday, that's the match. I don't care who wins. Let's just have a beautiful game.
I would hope for Fnatic to win, but I wouldn't be mad if C9 were to win. I respect them so much. Thank you so much, Fionn or Tyler.
EU, NA, doesn't matter.
Exactly. We love it,
As long as it's not IG. As long as it's going to be IG.
It's 100% going to happen.
They're going to beat us all. We're so screwed.
Why did we do this? We jinxed it all. If they do end up winning, you know who to point fingers at. At least they have a scapegoat now. It's just us.
Rookie's so good. We're so screwed.
The Shy is also really good. He just perfectly matches up against all of the top laners we have for him. Anyway, this was FionnOnFire. Make sure to follow him on Twitter. And Darius from the Shotcaller. Darius Ex Machina on Twitter. I hope you had a good day, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and if you just enjoyed that interview, I highly recommend also checking out our exclusive Worlds series titled E-United. It gives you exclusive behind-the-scenes looks and looks at the stage and fans and interviews with fans and even behind-the-scenes interviews and all that kind of jazz. So if you really enjoyed this video, make sure to check that out. It's going to be worth it 100%.